Let's talk about creating a matrix. Now, a matrix can be created to tell your console physically how your lights are orientated. For example, if I go and open my visualizer here, and I'm going to go and say 81 through at, I've got some 10-cell LED battens. I've got 8 of those there running along the back of my stage. But of course, my console, it doesn't yet know physically how those fixtures have been rigged. Of course, I've added them in 81 through 88, and I've given the console an order of those fixtures. And in fact, 81 is that fixture there, 82 is that fixture there. So I've got that kind of information. The console knows which one follows the other, but it doesn't know physically where they are. But if we go and tell the console physically where those fixtures are through using a matrix, that really opens up some possibilities, because we can then start to run effects where the console knows where the battens are, and that then allows us to do things like run video content across pixels and things like that, treating our matrix of fixtures, our layout of fixtures if you like, a little bit like a low-res video screen. So what I'm going to go and do is I'm going to close my visualizer again for now, and I'm going to go to options, and I'm going to go to then more options and edit matrices. And what I'm then going to go and do is bottom left, I'm going to go and add a matrix. And in my case here, I'm going to call this my back LEDs. Click OK. So what I can do in here is I can start to add fixtures. So I'm going to go and say that my first fixture I want to add is fixture 81. And I do want to keep things linear. I don't want anything to be snaking. I want to keep things linear, a bit more of a grid layout. But I do need to be aware of the sub-fixture alignment. Now, these fixtures here, they are 10-cell LED battens. So if I go and click into my matrix here to add fixture 81, it's going to add it in. You can see those are the 10 cells of fixture 81. But I've added it in as a fixture profile. And in the fixture profile, by default, this fixture is aligned horizontally. Now that's no help to me, because in my rig, I've got those fixtures rigged vertically. So I'm going to go and select that fixture, and I'm going to delete it, and tap the bin there and say yes. And what I actually want to do is choose vertical. I want the sub-fixtures to be aligned vertically. And of course, depending on your venue, depending on your rig, it's going to be different. So you can choose the applicable option here. So now I've got them set to linear vertical. Let's go back to fixture 81 and click in. And there we go. That's much better. That's what I want. I want my fixture to be arranged vertically like that. And once I've added it, I can rearrange it here if I want to. Fixture 82, well, as you may have noticed from the visualizer, that was below fixture 81. So that is going to be kind of something like that. I'm actually going to move it, check it's in line. Yes, it is. Bring it down, something like that. And I'm then going to, you'll notice that the next fixture field, that's just going to increment as we work through. So I'm then going to go and add in 83. I'm going to go and click and add 84. Again, I'm going to make sure that that's lined up. Yes, it is. And I'm going to go and then add 85 in, and 86, and then 87, and 88. And that, I'm pretty happy with. Of course, you can get this as accurate or as rushed as you need. You know, if you need it to be really accurate, you can spend some time getting this all laid out nicely. So mine is a very simple matrix. It is just literally my 8 LED battens. But this has been really important and really helpful, because it's now told my console where the lights are in relation to each other. I'm going to go and click my button here to zoom to extents, just so I can see all of those fixtures in my kind of layout there and check I'm happy. And yes, I am happy with that. That's exactly what I want. So that is now created. So now if I want to run certain effects, which is what we're going to see if we go in and create things like a matrix effect or a paint box effects, different effects types, we won't need to go and say that we want to run it across fixtures 81 through 88. We'll actually be able to just go and say, I want to use my back LED matrix. And all of this information will be included. I'm actually going to go and update that. I've noticed that 82, I've moved that accidentally. Let's get that nice and neat and tidy. There we go. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Once you've made those changes, that will just live save, so I can go back to live now and carry on controlling those fixtures manually if I want to. And go into my visualizer, and of course I've still got control of those, but we're now going to be able to use that matrix.